Hello, my name is Sergio Manuel Ruiz, and today I will be presenting on Catholic communication within the Mass, specifically at St. John Paul II's Catholic Parish, as led in prayer by Father Enrique Lopez Escalera. Now, one of the first forms of communication which can be seen in a Catholic Mass is the communication of confession. Confession is performed between one churchgoer and the priest, which is not seen as communication between the churchgoer and the priest, but rather as the churchgoer praying through the priest to God in order for forgiveness for their sins. Their penance oftentimes is prayer, and in fact, this confession may seem strange, though is required as can be seen in the archives at the Vatican, in which one of the 5 precepts of being a Catholic is that one must confess at least once per year. Another form of communications in the Catholic Church is that of the liturgy. The liturgy is often performed as quotes or stories adapted from the Bible, which is one of the most important symbols in the Catholic Church. The Bible is seen as communication between God and the crowd directly, one of the only forms, in fact. The priest is seen simply as a connection from the crowd to God and from God to the crowd through the priest. This is where the hierarchy of communication steps in, where one can see the priest is given the supreme leadership of giving the sermon, and after the reading of the liturgy, which is performed by church members, he has complete control over what is said throughout the Mass. Now, him being part of the leadership of the church means that he is, in a form, a direct connection to God and references many materials which can be used for one to have a closer connection to God, such as patron saint, which in Latino culture is often the Virgin Mary, or that of an altar, which can be seen here as a home format, though is more important within the church as it is in the center of the church and can be utilized, and in fact is utilized, for approximately half an hour, which is as long as the sermon lasts, for a soapbox of sorts for the priest to stand in front of and command the room. In this case, when the priest is giving his sermon, the churchgoers are expected to remain silent, and non-verbal communication is the only form which is allowed. This limitation on communications, however, is not seen as a limitation. In fact, it is seen as a time for meditation and has been proven by the United States Department of Health as a belief psychologically that the sermon and the silence allows them to remain healthier throughout the week as they await their next Mass. In fact, the studies performed by the United States Health Administration dictate that most U.S. Latinos who identify as Catholics have been studied to say that the religion influences positively their health. In fact, it is not the only research to be done in this manner, and many other reports have been coming along through these recent years. Now, other communications involve the discussion of politics as well as the religion, and how politics pertain to religion, specifically in recent years, the election of Donald Trump and the new presidency. This assists in helping the churchgoers establish their morals and establish their beliefs, not only religiously, but politically, and because of this communication that the priests have delivered unto them, they perform communication outside of the church, spreading the ideals which have been decided upon by the Holy See in their doctrine. Now, Unfortunately, the Catholic Church is seen as a bit of a masculist community, as according to the healthcare chaplaincy, the Catholic Church believes in the apostolic succession of leaders in the church, specifically that the leaders in the church, such as the priests, the bishops, and the Pope, among others, should be sons of the original 12 apostles or disciples of Jesus Christ himself. Now, because of this, males are seen as dominants within the Catholic community, and females are supposed to be submissive, and this can be seen in the communication as when a male sparks a conversation in the Catholic Church, most listen, whereas when a female sparks a communication, unless she is a nun, she is often disregarded or listened to with less intensity. These forms of communication establish a large community known as the Catholic Church and have been proven to guide these peoples in their everyday communications, not only in the Mass. These beliefs guide the way they communicate and guide the way that one should communicate to them. I thank you for your time and have a wonderful day.